Hi, I'm Steve Stevens and I'm the architect of ElasticISP, and I'm here to talk to you today about why. I keep getting asked why ElasticISP, and it's something that people just simply don't understand. But the number one why is cost and speed. These are so important. Today when I build ISPs, physical ones with lots of routers, and I'm surrounded by them at the moment, lots of routers, lots and lots of boxes, the amount of time that takes crawling around the floor in data centers, racks and everything else like that, just acquiring it. Some Cisco's that we need take 6 weeks to come. Arista, Juniper, if they have to make on demand, it takes ages to come. And your CapEx is massive. The big why is cost. The other big why is, why run an infrastructure when you don't need to? In fact, why have a lot of engineers when you don't need to? Now, by the way, while we do manage the core of ElasticISP, that doesn't mean that you can't have engineers that actually log into your LNSs and manage the different things like that. No problem. It's a co-management kind of environment. We look after our core, our dedicated middle core, but we've got no problem with your virtual presence, overlaid presence across our fabric, and you managing aspects and parts of your network. Now, but if you don't have engineers, because engineers, a good one is going to cost you between $100,000 and $180,000 per year. 4 weeks of leave, get sick, everything else like that. With Intelligo Networks and our ElasticISP underlying network, we've got over 20 engineers looking after this 24/7. You could just pay us a fee. Yes, of course a fee, but a reasonable one. The way we like to do the math, and I've been saying in the past, is the cost for us is the equivalent per month of about a normal employee. So if you had a single engineer that was paid about $100,000 a month, which might be about $6,000, I think, or so on, that's what you'd pay us. But one of those engineers, that much money with us, you get everybody. You get everybody, because we use local talent in Australia, we use offshore talent, not contracted out, our own engineers, our staff, fully trained, most of us been with us for over 5 years, right? So these aren't some little Filipino offshores cloud-based that we occasionally bring in. Sure, we do occasionally bring in some specialists for some equipment that we might not know, but very, very, very rarely. But even so, when we use offshore talent, you see that in your timesheets with us. We actually charge at different scalable rates depending on who we use. Just because I can outsource overseas and get that resource at a lot cheaper doesn't mean I'm going to screw you for the entire full Australian Western rates. We just don't do that. We just don't believe that's right, and we let you know. So that's a big thing for us. We've got great engineers here in Australia coordinating it and using our wider family, our own staff in a few different countries, and that's one of the reasons why we're here for you. We're here for you all the time, 24/7. When you're asleep, you can sleep soundly, knowing that whatever happens, whenever it happens, we're there looking after your network, and we're keeping it running, and your costs are better placed in you want to spend $150,000 on an engineer? Why not on 3, 4, 5 sales staff out there, marketing, AdWords, whatever turns you on to be able to get your customers in the door? Spend your money there. We're a known cost. And if you want to get rid of us for some reason later on, do it. We don't have any problems with it. We're used to people coming and going, and we believe that this is the best way to work. No one likes to be handcuffed by contracts. That's one of the reasons we love Elastic Fabrics, our ElasticISP. You've got people like Megaport charging on demand, only what you need it when you need it. When the ISPs are all starting to understand this, it's fantastic. There's no reason that anybody should feel threatened by the fact that they are locked into a very, very, very long-term contract. That is why ElasticISP is so important. Speed, the amount of money you'll save, access to us awesome engineers, we'll look after you, we'll make it fast, we'll make you able to make a lot more money than if you're worrying about a lot of things you don't need to worry about. Been Steve Stevens for ElasticISP from Intelligo Networks. Have fun.